Hey, this is Vanner, and you're listening to Finding Frequency. It's been a while since I've been behind the microphone, and this morning I decided, let me crack out the old Shure SM7B, my favorite microphone, and set it up, and why not give it a bit of a test drive? And therefore, I should be recording a podcast. But that being said, and being all lighthearted about microphones, has been a bit of a journey up in this point where I move myself to sit behind the microphone again. And by no means should anybody feel sorry or perhaps grateful for the fact that I've been offline. But it was mostly just to kind of regroup, make sure that I am focusing on the right things. And then also, of course, sitting and reflecting a little bit about the loss of my dear friend Jeff. Of course, it's not far away from my thoughts on a day-to-day basis. And I must say, maybe it's something to share and talk about here because mortality has become kind of a thing that sits in the back of my mind. Gone is the days where I felt immortal because of my age. But then also I realized that I don't want to tip over to this kind of side of things where I keep on focusing and worrying about or considering, because I'm not really worried about it, considering that we're all coming to or veering towards the end of our journeys on this planet. And therefore, it's also important that I return to my practice of appreciating what is extraordinary every day. Even if it isn't fun, it is still extraordinary. And therefore also, I haven't had a chance to tell you the story about Francie breaking his arm. Yes, he fell off the monkey bars at his new kindergarten. That's a whole story. And therefore went ahead and broke his arm just above his wrist. And that was an adventure in itself. But then also, I learned from him because he was like chipper and ready to go the next day again. Of course, it was painful and he wasn't happy, and still from time to time he's not happy with this kind of schlep of carrying around this little white stinky plaster of Paris cast, and let me underline the word stinky. But I asked him yesterday, if he's excited to get rid of it, and he wasn't really keen on that. He's now kind of settled into the idea of having this little white turtle shell on his arm, and now he's not very keen to get rid of it again. But even in the last couple of weeks that I haven't been recording, he's been changing. He's been engaging in conversation, and 2 days ago I decided that he's not playing Minecraft like a crazy man. Why can't I join him in this virtual world? So I set up my own little laptop, and now we are playing Minecraft together. We are in this magical little realm where we build houses together, we hang out, and give each other hugs. And it's kind of an awesome experience. Of course, he's got much more energy than me, and I kind of felt sorry for him the other day because, and this was yesterday, I stopped playing because at some stage I lose a little bit of interest, and I think, okay, cool. Surely this whole Minecraft idea is there to keep him busy for a while so I can focus on other things. But then I was kind of busy reading, and I heard someone kind of crying, like really lightly. And I look up from my book and I see my little son with tears in his eyes. And all of a sudden, he indicates to me that being alone in this virtual world, it's not fun. And of course, I felt really guilty and sad and kind of grabbed my laptop and logged back in, and we started having fun again. But it just shows you, no matter where you are and what experience you have, even if it's virtual, if you're lonely, you're lonely, and that's never a great feeling. So at least I'm lucky to look around me and feel that kind of love. Even if the one who loves me the most, Marta, wants to kill me from time to time, even though she doesn't say that. We have been on a great journey this last couple of weeks, hanging out, spending time together. Then again, that's something that we try and do most of the time. But we are definitely now heading into winter time, and the golden autumn, it's not so golden. I'm still staring out the window and I see a few yellow trees, but still relatively green. It was cold last week, and today the sun's out. It's kind of wants to catch you out a little bit because you want to jump into short sleeves and run outside, but don't dare to do that. There is a definite strong chill in the air. Yeah, so lots to talk about, lots to share, but I can't remember because it's been a couple of days. But I'm hoping to continue my practice of focusing on the extraordinary because it does exist, and I want to continue focusing on it. And my break away from the extraordinary doesn't mean that I didn't realize or think about the extraordinary. Indeed, it was. I celebrated my friend's passing, but then also thinking of and connecting with his wife again, having a conversation, thinking about the last couple of months of tough work and projects, and just getting lost in that, and then returning from holiday and then kind of slowly easing back into the flow of things. And that easing back into flow and actually getting into a state of mind where I can start working again is something that I'm struggling with a little bit at the moment. I've set myself a deadline of really cranking up and focusing on a lot of things from the 1st of October. And up until this point, I've done a lot of administration, a lot of legal work, and then also, dotting the I's and dotting the I's, yes, and crossing the T's is the word, on some legal stuff because we are still working towards closing the deal on that country house. And it seems that I'm going to be closing the deal in wintertime, which was not really what I wanted to do. That comes with its own complexities that I'll share here, and hopefully the fun. But yeah, today we heard that the one bank has approved our, I can never remember the terms, not even in my Afrikaans language, but they have approved our loan, a mortgage. And it looks like things are going to move forward. But that moving forward might take 2 days, might take 2 to 3 weeks. We'll see. But definitely the next phase is going to unfold itself in the next week or two. But that being said, I hope that you have been safe, sound, and busy with things. And I know I've been watching a lot of my friends who from time to time listen to my little humble podcast, and I've watched them, and I've enjoyed seeing your updates and the things that you've been getting up to. I've also had the opportunity to connect some of my friends together and see them actually play out and have conversations. And it's awesome in itself, and it doesn't have to be captured here in audio. But hopefully, the next couple of months will also give me the opportunity to take you in a few journeys, because we don't know what's going to happen with our dear pandemic. But I'm hoping that Martha and I and our little one Francie can at least undergo or experience a few smaller adventures as we head into winter and ultimately Christmas, and then into the festive season. So yeah, let's see if we can do this. I'm going to try and keep up my regime of recording, perhaps not recording over the weekends, because I always feel like the weekend is a little bit of a force feed, and it's a bit of a tough one to balance. So I might record during the week and then do a bit of a bumper to sum up the weekends, because I mean, you're not listening to podcasts either over the weekend. You're having fun and just hanging out, right? Or at least having a barbecue, for Pete's sakes. Come on. But yeah, here we are. Let's see what we can do. And well, if all else fails, just hang out and talk on cool microphones. Thanks for listening.